Funker det?
Jeg liker det, gjør du ikke det?
Nei, farten var egentlig grei. Det er bare så...
Jeg liker egentlig
Jeg
det
er
nå.
så redd for hvis jeg slipper den opp litt, og så tar den litt sånn tak, og så...
Uansett om du tar den nå,
Det
da.
var veldig bra satt. Så farten var veldig fin.
Ja. Jeg liker 15, kontrollert.
Ja. Du heller noe helt
Nei,
sykt bra på
der
brystinga,
kanskje.
så det... Den ligger og drar hele tiden. Så det er jo liksom... Ja.
Good morning and welcome to MJØSCONTICUP. We got doubles action here. Second end, just a slightly belated start to the morning. We're down to the last two shots here in the second. Nice little hit and roll by Mesloe.
Får vi kanskje pressa den over da, så at det er kjappe her, eller?
Last stone here.
Ja, ja. Ja, hvis jeg får det til med vanlig, så... Ja. Ja, prøver med vanlig.
Ja.
Well, I think they're going to try and more or less nose the yellow here. See if they can squirt that out of the forfeit, maybe score two. See how much bounce we have in the rocks here. Maybe just catch it a hair high. Last stone underway.
Ja, ja. Å, nei! Nei, ja!
What do we have here? Onto the yellow for sure. And how far does the yellow spill? I'm not sure if it actually spills far enough for the two. I think the thrown stone will count for one though.
Ja. Eller, jo, det ble jo bare en. Ja.
And it is just the one, so just overcurled a fraction there. Very close to scoring the two, but in the end, it's just the one. Okay, well, let's take a moment just to introduce the teams for you. It is Team Norway, represented here by Skaslien and Magnus Lunde. And for Team Trøndelag, Mesloe and Nora Østgård.
Så grom ni har.
So those are two teams playing each other. So you'll see Kristin playing with a different Magnus this morning. Usually playing with the husband Magnus Nedregotten. And was supposed to be playing with Mille Nordby, her teammate this morning, but feeling just a bit under the weather. So Magnus Lunde stepping in.
Jeg ga han litt til slappet. Wow. Oh. Meg!
So playing the third end now then, and it's a tied game.
Ja! Ja! Hør! Wow! Nei! Sorry, ass. Jeg må roe ned enda mer. Heldigvis var linja der. Men ja.
All heavy from Skaslien. Ice been running pretty quick, so about 15 seconds. So we've seen the teams just come up a bit heavy so far in the first couple of ends. They're just going to have to, you know, take it a notch down and try to use the sweepers.
Bra linje! Linja er fin! Ja! Linja er kjempebra! Helt ned om du kan! Linja er bra! Helt ned! Ja, gjerne gå litt. Bra. Kjempebra. Perfekt. 15,5. Hæ? Det der er bra, altså. Det er kjempebra. Ganske tynn! Vil du gå sånn? Ja, jeg tenker 11 kanskje, eller 11? Køla litt der også, men det er kanskje litt sånn nøytral. Det er rett. Fikk kanskje litt lite is, men jeg tenkte det er liksom bedre å... Eller hvis jeg skjerper der, så har de kanskje dem for dobbelen her. Det er ikke gærent litt, da. Altså, de kan få igjen. Det skal de få når de er siste der.
Eventuelt gå andre siden, jeg vet ikke hva det for de er så langt unna hverandre, sånn cirka. Ja. 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 Farten er ganske lang, den er 10. 10. Bare linje. Ja, det var borte.
Ja, det er greit. Det er bra, det.
Slight touch on the rock there from Irene. But Kristin being pretty sportsmanlike, saying that's okay. Don't think it affected the stone's path too much, so just gonna leave it be.
Bare en liten dytt på den! Bli liggende her! Bare sånn bak firefart! Der!
Throwing it back for weight here. Just playing a little tap up on their own red stone. pretty good there.
Vinkelen ligger fint der.
Yeah, nice angles. Those two reds really lining up onto the back yellow.
Altså, den toeren vår går jo I hvert fall I. Den blir jo sittende shot hvis de slår på, eller kanskje de får skvise han litt der da, men de ruller I hvert fall av der. Og, ja. Og hvis de slår via den, så ruller jo skyteren av, og, ja, nei, det ser ikke så gærent ut.
Du
Jeg
har
fant
den,
liksom ikke noe bra
da får du bort
slå.
toeren. Hvis du prøver på dobbelt, så går bare Anders nedi vår. Og så fær vår på siden da. Tar du den da ganske rolig, kjører vant. Eventuelt da. Vil du at jeg skal skippe, eller? Ja.
So you'll see this quite a few times in doubles play. Having to either opt to sweep your own rocks and have a skip, or no skip and have the other person sweep for you. In this case, Nora happy to sweep her own rock.
Bra.
This one crashing on the guard, but that does open it up. As I believe we're down to the last two stones here.
Hæ? Ja.
Jeg vet da sånn, eller hva som den som farlig for oss, liksom? Det den som farlig. Ja, så det liksom, ja, enten kjappen der da, eller touch innside, eventuelt en rulle over der, for den, ja, ok. Jeg lurer på om jeg har lyst til å gå sånn, så får du holde den. Og så kanskje sånn vant-ish. Eller nei, litt hardere, kanskje 15 da. Nei, for da går jo den I den. Ok, jeg kjører 15. Jeg tipper det køler kanskje litt over linja der, tror du ikke det? Ja. Ok, jeg tar mitt.
So I think playing a controlled weight at the Yellowstone top to the right, as we see it. You could probably afford to catch this quite thin and then just bounce onto your own red, onto the left-hand side yellow.
Nei. Aldri!
And this one wide though. Maybe come off their own red first, if anything. Plan B. But it's going to catch that quite thick. How does that work out? I think that actually works out okay in the end. That shot stone pretty much welded on the back yellow.
Det tror jeg går. Jeg tror ikke vi får
Sorry,
det, tror jeg.
jeg bare tar alt for masse is når jeg går litt opp I fart. Det bare går...
Da ferdig den nå, da. Men det her jo siste sten.
So last stone coming up, and
Ja, for
does
vår
not
ferdig
look
sikkert.
easy.
Jeg skal ha nok å prøve. Det tenker jeg.
Hard to tell how much room,
Ja.
how much space is actually in between the shot stone and the back yellow, but it certainly doesn't seem like it's a lot.
Ja. Prøv der, da. Du skipper, du.
I think they're playing on the red.
Spiller den, venn.
Certainly the easier way to get the shot stone going would be to slash in your own yellow, albeit with maybe a tad more risk. I don't know if there's any chance of actually stuffing the red for a steal of 2. think we'll see some weight behind this one.
Den køler.
What do we have here? No, not quite enough. That shot stone
Jeg lå litt tight
remains
ute.
on the button,
Ja.
untouched, and steal of 1 for the red team, for Team
Og så
Norway.
torde jeg ikke å dytte den så jævlig ut. Så jeg bare... Ja, ja.
Jeg tror jeg var out den der. Okay. Jeg hadde liksom 15-5 på drafart ned der i sted. Det er sikkert like glatt og fint der nå. Ja.
Ta litt luft på det.
So here we go with the fourth end. These doubles ends, they're fairly quick.
Okay. Bra linje!
That's the thing about playing doubles as well.
Ha litt plass! Ha plass! Ja!
I feel like you've barely been out there throwing only a few rocks, and suddenly you're halfway.
Oh! Oh!
Especially compared to a 10-end men's or women's game.
Altså, den blir så
Kristin,
fortsatt litt lang.
just inch by inch here, getting closer to perfect throw weight. This one, again, just maybe a foot heavy. And I think
Ja, linje!
she's looking to be a bit more perfect than that, holding herself to a bit higher standard.
Ja!
And I think we all do.
Ja, linje der!
Just getting accustomed to the ice surface here, running pretty quickly. As we see Eirin Mesloe do very well. Gets to the face of that red, even gets a little tap, just allowing a bit of room to maneuver. Big sweep from Magnus Lunde. He's up top 12. So one of the very few draws we actually seen come up short so far in the game. That's the thing about doubles play. Heavy is almost never good. Coming up a bit shy is usually pretty usable.
Kan gjerne
If you just
fryse
come
helt
up
ned på egen.
a bit too
Gjerne
shy,
fryse helt ned på
it is
egen her nede på.
also not great for you. So just kind of having to be pretty perfect in doubles play. Somewhere between T-line and top 8 usually leaves you something, but a rock top 12 could easily just become another guard for your opponent, all depending on how much it actually will finish. This one finishing too hard all over the center guard, but
Greit.
But doing that certainly going to change the end. Harder now for either team to actually get into the forfeit and to the button area.
Enten fra utsida der eller utsida her. Her. Ja. Tja.
So I think
Nei.
the option here for Lunde and Skaslien just to try and just surround the yellow shot stone. We would be pretty happy to get the force, get the hammer back. Very hard to get the shot stone as it lies. Of course, they still have that
Ja, på linje!
redstone top 12 now becoming quite usable
Wow.
with the center line open.
Ja. Oh.
Now we see Magnus just coming up a bit shy on the straw. Wonder if you just
Det er greit, da.
coming a bit wider.
Ok.
He was running
Tror ikke det er noe,
A
tror ikke
bit
han er
slower.
lurt å dra der, for da tror ikke du får buen til
so often in doubles play. You play the same path over and over, and that keens up very quickly. And then having to come a foot or two wider, and it's just going to be a completely different speed. And with that, they've actually taken away their run back in the top 12. And you can see how cluttered it is up front. Very hard to actually
Ser du noe annet?
make it in.
Ja, for hvis du drar det på egen, så tvinger vi dem til å prøve å gjøre noe. Åpne etter den. Jeg vet ikke. Jeg tror det er best. Jeg tror ikke du kommer deg gjennom den linja der. Fordi det køler for mye. Ja. Ja.
Seems they're going to draw on the out turn on our left-hand side here. I think there's just enough room to get in for shot stone, or a second shot rather. But again, having to come wider, so now becoming a bit of a guess for draw weight. This one starting to really pull towards the guards. I think just squeaking past. Oh, that was ever so close to that red guard, and somehow they've made it into the forfeit. What a draw, and a really good sweep by Mesloe as well. That's a tough shot to follow.
Tror du det er Rønne?
Bit of a head scratcher now.
Den. Ok. Ja. Vi... Ja! Ja! Wow! Wow! Ai! Sorry. Ja. Ja, eller du koster så bra at du bare... Nei, men det er liksom, men hvis du ikke koster da, så er det liksom da... Ja. Det var... Sorry, ass.
Like å garde, egentlig.
Maybe a bit overswept there. Kristin saying Magnus having such a
Trergard er bra, det også.
such a good effect on the stones when he sweeps. It might actually back them up,
Da må jeg...
even on the hits.
Så heller for langt dit, da.
Fantastisk bra dragning å komme med, hun Nora der da, på den der...
Just takes away any friction, and stones tend to then just float outwards a bit. So needing to be careful when you ask Magnus here to sweep. He's going to do a thorough job, 0 to 100 very quickly. But of course, Kristin should be used to having that problem, or should I say
Bra!
advantage, playing with husband Nedergotten, also a very efficient sweeper.
Ja. Jeg tror det er det som er callen her. Ja. Ja.
The guard is up. And we're down to
Var det litt tråder der når du, eller
the
du var enda
penultimate
lenger
shot
ut der da.
of
Men
the fourth end.
på den ytterste, ja. Eller? Ja. Ja. Ok. Kant 8 kanskje, eller skal jeg ha litt mer? Litt mer enn kant 8? Ja, da prøver vi det.
Karsle var noe, ja.
Ja.
Nei, jeg ligger kjempebra. Jeg har sett da. Oss blir liggende med en uansett.
Å, Kølle!
Nå kan vi fjerne den.
Å, Kølle! Ingen linje! Wow!
Skipper du, tror jeg.
So I think
Fart, kjør oss da.
we see
Hack.
yellow line 2 here.
Jeg liker hack, altså.
Så
Da
jeg
liker jeg
fått
is litt der. Ja, for det er heller å treffe der
Ha
litt,
litt
da.
her? Ja. Så jeg trodde jeg skulle komme på slutten.
Is there a chance to come in?
Bare gi meg selv litt mindre is da. Den følte jeg satt bra, så bare...
Maybe score
Ja, vi kan få en 4.
4 even here. Great chance for Mesloe. Come through the port. Yellow on to red. 4 points on the board. Is it there?
Slapp unna med skrekken.
Oh, this one over curling. That is a big opportunity lost.
2. Ja.
But still 2 for the Blue Vests. Team Trøndelag,
Må jobbe litt med sånn siste stedene dine.
Mesloe and Østgård.
Sparer vel powerplay nå litt, eller? Ja, og sparer litt.
Ja, det er det.
Det var at han toer tilbake nå, da. Han har seiga seg.
So we're halfway in this doubles game.
Ja. Ja, enig i det.
If you're watching at home, we surely appreciate some feedback. There's a good chance we experience some technical issues with this streaming setup. Still early days for this production crew consisting of one person. So if you have any complaints or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section or simply get in touch with any of us here at the club. I'm Sander Olvag, giving you the play-by-play this morning from this doubles game. And as you can see, plenty of games to be played in this session. It is MJØSCONTICUP, reminiscent of the Continental Cup, often played in North America. You might have seen it in Las Vegas on occasion, where North America or Canada plays the world. Here it is Trøndelag.
Nei.
Big region in the middle of the country. Lots of curlers from that region. They take on the rest of the country, Team Norway. So very much inspired by that format, similar to the Ryder Cup in golf, if you're more familiar with that sport. So we're going to play men's and women's games. We had that last night. Today we have doubles. We'll also have skins games, and I believe a team shuffle on the program.
Ja. Hvilken vei vil du gå? Ja. Og så eventuelt teppe, ja. Ja, liker det. Farta er grei. Litt opp. Ja, farta er der. 8. 9. 9. 9. 8. 8, 9. Bra det.
Der, eller vil du ta den? Vil du åpne?
Just checking in with the overall scores. It is Trøndelag in the blue vests. They are leading the competition this weekend 10-6 after yesterday. But all that can change both this morning and the rest of the day. I think 2 games were awarded before the games yesterday. The men's and women's games, and I believe it's 1 point per doubles game. So it would be important for Lunde and Skaslien here to win a game, get a point in the books for Team Norway. Big sweep here to get past the center guard. Looks pretty good. Just got to feather off the yellow, top 4. And sits corner frozen on the shot. Stone.
Tatt litt før, så du har liksom fått linja på den shotten deres. Så hadde den vært helt perfekt.
Samme, du bestemmer selv. Ja. Hæ? Ja, litt roligere. Det var topp 4. Farta dere skal være her. Er rolig! Er 5! 4! Bra det!
Den bare, på den firfotslinja, så bare står den,
I'm hoping to curl a tad more there. Spin the second yellow out as well.
Da kjører vann. Trang ikke å ta med deg den.
Hearing a lot of apologies from Kristin Skaslien this morning. I feel like that's quite normal when you play doubles with a new partner. You're very apologetic, diplomatic. Always very friendly. It seems the players who have played together a long time, who know each other quite well, e.g. a married couple, They tend to be a bit more abrasive in the communication. For good and worse. It's important to be able to say what you mean, though, and have honest communication. And sometimes playing with a new partner tend to be maybe a bit too nice, which can also be an issue. I think you'd rather argue a bit and win curling games than be nice and lose. Kristin obviously played with a lot of different partners over the years. A few having to step in for husband Edregotten.
Den her er ikke veldig god, for den var litt hard. Det var sånn, ja, men da prøver vi på dommen. Ja, ja. Det er knallmargin.
So she has the experience to take new doubles partners under her wing and still win curling games. We'll see if she can pull that off today with Magnus Lunde, junior player from Lillehammer, the 94 Olympic city. This one crashing on the guard.
Det er litt sånn her...
Det er enten der eller den der.
Den tok tak da når den kom liksom nærmere linja. Det er litt sånn her tricky. Jeg synes det er ikke så lett å...
Like mest og bedre den. Ja. Kjører 15, rolig.
Ok.
Jeg liker mest av den, altså.
Jeg må nesten bare prøve også.
Egentlig hvordan helst
litt
hvordan
på den gule der.
Ja. 15. Ja. Tror du det passer is der, eller? Køler ikke så mye den siden her.
Well, definitely not setting up for a big score for the Reds here. Thought about maybe guarding or coming into the house here, but very tempting to just remove the last red stone. That way you're pretty certain you'll get your force. Just need to make contact as we are down to the last 2 stones here. In Mesloe pretty much just needs to get this red stone flying and they'll be pretty happy. Still leaving a pretty tough shot for Skaslien, although I would be tempted to maybe draw in there. You draw in and lie 3, still having to see a triple made for score 2 come into play, so definitely would be tempting to just tighten the screw a bit more. But even as it lies, very tough to actually score, so opting for the safer call. So not an easy shot left for Skaslien, but we've seen her make plenty of last stone shots for both ends, finals, medals, and big cash prizes. So just need to manage the weight well here and make sure sweeper Magnus can help out here. But this one wide, so not really a chance for Magnus to do much than just to stand there and hope. Now trying to carve it in, sweeping with the grain, so to speak, to get in there. And I think they've done enough. In the end, they score the single. A bit of a scare early there for a line, but it does come up with the appropriate weight. And another point on the board. This game very much a tight affair still.
glemmer
Ja.
at du tar sånn powerplay.
Tar litt mindre is, så kanskje jeg får
Ja, det tror jeg.
den frys.
Ja, det funker for oss. Skulle ha tatt med en ny puta. Ja. Men jeg er ikke så glad i det påstående.
Jeg ga den litt.
Jeg tror jeg kan bli vant til dem.
Bare fart! Bare fart!
Sixth end of play. Tied game, 3 points each. It's not a very high-scoring game for doubles play. It's been a very even game, obviously, with the scoreline. Although there has been chances to score multiple ends, it just hasn't happened yet.
Nærmer seg. Ja, det får være godkjent det der. Ja.
And that's a very nice draw by Skaslien.
Bare fart, gjerne køl. Gjerne køl. Kjem nå. Linja er bra, bare fart. Gjerne køl. Bra.
And another perfect draw right on top. So sixth end now, the team's definitely finding their draw weight. It is a curling club. The teams haven't played too much on. So sometimes just getting the feel for the space and the ice takes a little bit of time. Of course, early morning draw. Just need to wake up and have that coffee make its impact as well. And just the ice so running so quick as well. We saw a lot of heavy draws in the first half. Now I think the teams are really finding their footing. Look at that, just perfect. 4 stones just lined up like beads on a necklace. Still haven't seen a power play end yet. I think that's almost something teams might even forget about if you don't normally play mixed doubles as much. You need to remember to utilize your power play, remembering you can only actually use power play when you have the hammer, which means if you haven't used the power play and you end up playing without last stone in the last end, there is no chance to actually use it, and you're not allowed to carry the power play over into the extra end either, if there was to be one.
Fart der, bare fart. Linje. Bra.
Bra linje! Ja! Bare fart! Linje er bra! Linje er bra! Gjerne køle! Nei, bra linje! Hold linje! Jobb! Helt ned, om det går. Jobb, 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 hard! Jobb, 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 hard! Go hard! Litt det. Hard. Bra pussa.
Kan ta den. Liker den egentlig. Vil du prøve den? Ikke kris om du tar den, eller?
Nora Østgård.
Yep.
Playing the big weight here. Trying to get the inside roll.
Helt greit det.
Gets the nose hit.
Ja.
So maybe hoping for the double even, but shooter ends up in a pretty good spot in the end.
Kølla, ingenting.
Certainly a nuisance for Skaslien.
Ja, det kan jo spille masse rart her nå. Det var egentlig like så greit at du fjernet den bakgrøven.
Kjappen er grei også! Som vant!
Big sweep early from Lunde. Does that mean this is over curling? I think so. And it's on the guard.
Ja. Hvis han toucher mye, så kjenner du sikkert at du ligger litt i, og så daffer du den litt. Du kan få litt mer is, da. Så... Ok, er det min tur nå? Ja.
Oh, very nice double. Clears both reds.
Har det noe dobbelt her da?
Remembering, it is yellow with last stone here.
Ja.
Var du kjapp å se? Se, ligger
Ja, det er ikke...
dritlangt
Jeg
fremme.
tror jeg må prøve en dobbelt her.
Nei,
Da powerplay
så kjapp er
neste.
Det var snyggt.
Syk kjør der. Ja, enig. Ja. Sånn, ja. Ja. Ja, yes.
So I think the double is called here.
Ok, litt køll, men ja, jeg vet ikke søren hvor mye... Det er litt køll, ikke sånn... vi prøver. Ja.
There's a few ways to make this double. More than one way to skin a cat, as they would say over the pond. Seems like it is the in turn. Double on the wide left yellow.
Ja!
Fairly thin though.
Hard!
Seems to be maybe over curling. Plan B. Get the roll on top. At least makes that harder to remove. But there is a chance now to score 3. Last stone coming up for
Ja.
Team Trøndelag.
Ja. Ta litt mer, du. Det er heller for mye å rulle av enn å...
Did have a chance to score 4 early in the game. It was a difficult run back being asked of her, but that shot did not come off. They scored the 2 instead in the 4th end. And the Another chance here for a big score to right the wrong from earlier. This one looking close, although starting to dig in. What do we have here? Gets the red going. Look at that. Leaves 3 yellows in the house. That is 3 yellow points for the blue vests. The mustaches. Hard to see, but on the jackets there is a very nice crest with a mustache, of course. The people indigenous of Trøndelag, known for their hefty mustaches, and that is their crest for the weekend, playing in the MJØSCONTICUP. And 3 points on the board.
Prøv også å ta den sånn. Kjøre backline
Og
for.
jeg har i hvert fall 2 nå, da. Så hvis det det siste. Eller helst.
7th end of play, and we will see the power play now being utilized, of course. Pretty much last chance to do so for Skaslien Lunde. So now we see the guard now placed to the left, corner guard. And a stone in behind. But we also see the tech shot being played to perfection by Eirin Mesloe. And leaves a center guard for them. That is absolutely spot on.
Nei, de kan ikke slå den røde der, da. Så jeg tenker at enten så legger oss opp en ny cornerguard, da kommer sikkert dem til å dra rundt den gule der. Så skal jeg prøve å dra, jeg kan jo prøve å dra rundt den gule på utsida, for eksempel her. Ja, jeg kan godt dra inn den nå, det kanskje like greit å... Ja, ta inn den da. Så det derfor jo liksom uti noe utspørt uti.
So often the question when you play power play ends is, do you play it safe to score your 2, or do you take a bit more risk to get the 3? Of course, as it stands, you're 3 down. It'd be very tempting to play a bit more aggressively, knowing your opponent has a power play for the last end as well. A chance to keep things very clean, very open. Of course, you can always play safe for the 2 and hope for a mistake that opens the door for the 3. Knowing the modified free guard zone is still in play. Trøndelag not allowed to actually hit the open red yet, having to wait one more stone. And they're happy to leave that exposed. Coming around the center guard. So no upweight takeout for Østgård. They will be forced to come around everything. But if they can sink a good draw here, it'll make it difficult for Team Norway. Just squeaking past the guard. Just feathers off the stone top 12. Gets in for shot. Albeit very open. So now the 3 is in play, but still some work to be done to put that on the board.
Rent! Wow! Wow!
Really needs this one to
Kom igjen da, køla.
grow some teeth and dig in.
Bra.
It will. Checks to the wing. So very well spread here.
Det er bra.
Lying 3.
Neida.
Om du tar den nå, så går det bra.
Now the question is, which red do you actually hit? As it lies, it might be tempting to even
Eller kjør 13.
hit the one on the wing instead. Red top 12. Half staggered with that guard. Could be the savior for the blue vests to come around later on.
Yep.
And of course it is the tougher shot to actually hit, having to navigate past the guard. And this one is all over the guard and not able to clip any of the reds. I'm not 100% sure on the call. Either way, execution wasn't there. And now they're in all kinds of trouble here
Linje der, eller?
in the 7th end.
Ja. Ja. For du har 1. 2. 1.
Ja.
1.
Ja da.
Ja. Ja.
Sounds like they should have played maybe the scoreboard a bit more. Play it safe. Even giving up a 3, it's a tied game. You have Hammer coming home with a power play. But Team Norway will take it. They're having a chance now to draw into life 4.
Linje bra. Ha litt plass. Anna.
Just got to make sure not to leave any easy doubles or triples even.
Wow. Wow.
Coming around the corner guard.
Plass.
I think draw weight is right on point here for Magnus Lunde.
14-6.
Top of the tee line.
Det er altså den. Jeg liker å fjerne, liksom.
Now it's really decision time.
Det er synd, da.
Play aggressive, try and draw to kill the end, or make a double
Det kan du
damage
vinne.
control.
Kan prøve den igjen hvis du vil. Ja, ja. Jeg liker nesten bedre det. Ja. Ja, ja. 10, 12. Pil. Hvor mye is tror du trenger? Ja. Ja.
Able to remove one red.
Fighter her også, det er greit.
Den får ikke like mye ut som den forrige.
Got a chance now to come around, maybe halfway around the corner guard. There might not be any easy doubles for Team Trøndelag.
Det skulle ha sikkert hatt litt
They
mer.
might just be forced to hit the open red and concede 4.
Tatt frippel, har du?
Depends a bit on this draw from Magnus Lunde.
Plass! Rem! Å! Ja, ja!
Ja, jeg tror det.
Ja!
Tight on the guard. He's the man for the job to keep this straight. And I think he has done. Comes around, and weight is good as well. Just top of their own red. And from the hack point of view,
Jeg må bare, tror jeg.
a double looks very
Har
tough.
ikke så mye annet valg, tror jeg.
Det hadde vi trengt nå.
Om jeg tar den, så tar jeg bare én uansett.
Det hadde vært på sin plass. Jeg synes også jeg har jobbet bra nå, så nå fortjener vi en...
Ja.
So do you hit the open red, give away 4, then try and score your 2 for the win? Or do you draw? And I think the draw is the call. Of course, the best possible result, but the highest amount of risk. Hard to draw the corner freeze for shots though, but certainly if you can get in there for third, even just third, most likely you'll see Team Norway draw to score their 3 and it's a tied game. That would be a great result. But any kind of mistake or miscue, and it is 5. This one needing to curl, needing to settle down. Any plan B available? I don't think so. This will bounce off and sit right in the open. Again. Taking the riskier choice here, and it's not paying off.
Sorry.
And this should be a fairly routine shot for Kristin Skaslien.
Eller jeg kan for så vidt gå begge veier da, men...
She hasn't felt 100%, I think, on the hits so far in the game.
Jeg synes det køler så rart på alt.
Not quite able to read the ice perfectly. But you would think contact here is bare minimum either way.
Ja, innan, det er bra.
And if you look at the reds on the right-hand side, that's a lot of catchers on that side. So if anything here, I believe throwing the out turn. Or perhaps the in. Hard to tell with Kristin, how she lines up in the hack. It is the in. So really can't afford to be wide here. And with Magnus on the sweep on this last stone of the 7th end, there shouldn't be any big issues really to score the 5. Keeping this one clean. This is all good here for Team Norway. A big score of 5. And the scores starts piling up here in the last few ends of the game.
Okay.
A score of 3 in the previous, 5 now. And all of a sudden, Team Norway now ahead.
De kommer til å ta sin powerplay her. Da må jeg egentlig bare...
Having to bring out your calculators for this one.
De har i huset, tenker jeg. Prøv å få shot oppå der. Ja. Hæ? Har du peiling, jeg? Garden skal litt dit!
Ja, det var noe
Bra.
sånn. Ordner seg. Nok.
Team Norway represented by Skaslien and Lunde scoring 5. They now lead the game 8 shots to 6 on Mesloe, Østgård, playing for Team Trøndelag. It is another power play end. Back-to-back power play ends certainly worked out very well for the players throwing the red stones. Scoring a 5 with their power play. That's pretty good efficiency there, you must say. But still a lot of work to be done. Important for Mesloe and Østgård to just stay focused. Very tough to concede a 5, but knowing you're only 2 down with the power play and hammer, there's still plenty of opportunity to actually to win here. And we'll see where this first stone for Kristin Skaslien will land. Not playing the tick on this occasion, playing a bit more aggressively, but oversweeping. I'm not sure if the communication there was perfectly on point. Well, they never played together before. The two didn't even know they were playing together until 10 minutes before the game. Teammate Mille Nordby having to drop out last minute, feeling a bit under the weather. So Magnus Lunde stepping in, having done a good job so far. It's on a few occasions, just if anything, being too efficient with the sweeping, and has caught Kristin a bit off guard.
Rød shot!
Laget en sånn liten sofa, det er flott det.
Det var glatt og fint her! Ja, der cirka.
A nice little pocket to draw onto. Although you never like playing around the corner guard without the hammer, but that's very much the only option you have. Playing against a power play.
Det ble kjempebra.
Very good freeze there by Lunde. It'd be hard to see how Trøndelag can bring those 2 yellows in to score now in this end.
Om du tapper litt på ting og tang, det er bare flott det.
Well, possible, but difficult.
En
Har bare linje!
Past the guard. Perhaps just over curling. Maybe get a rub on their own yellow. Spin back in. Yes. And right on top. That works out okay. They were hoping to just wiggle the reds a bit, create a bit more room. But I think maybe just shot stone there. Kristin not sure.
shot der!
2 points awarded for the win in these doubles games. Remembering that the game can tie, so no extra end, no draw shot for the win. It will be a tie, and the points will be split. So that's something to take into consideration as well, playing this final end. Lunde just coming up a few inches shy. as we're still not sure who's actually shot stone at the moment.
Like den, men må rulle helt hit. Greit det.
Rød toer! Det er shottene!
Jeg vet liksom ikke hva jeg vil.
Kjappen er grei! En liten rull der er grei. Hvilken vei vil du gå? 15.
Looking for a nose hit or a tiny roll.
Bra, kosa.
That was the call.
Veldig bra.
So I'll be happy with that result here.
Er det din tur til, ikke sant? Ja.
3 stones remaining in this game.
Har oss en timeout? Med Ståle, boy.
So just trying to figure out if they have a timeout available to them.
Hæ? Kan godt ha en timeout. Og så har en timeout, har ikke det? Ja. Vet ikke.
So just confirming a timeout is available to the teams. So the timeout has been called, and we'll bring on Coach Ståle Rian.
Den tror jeg ligger som treer, de to er bedre. Jo, så... Men da ligger jo den helt åpen, da. Ja. Den? Ja, jeg liker nesten bedre den.
It seems we have an assistant coach coming on field to play as well. I'm not sure if that's within the rules and regulations. But no one seems to be stopping him, so... And he's even on the ice at this point, Magnus Nedregotten, seeming very keen to help his team win this game, playing his wife.
Hvor mye tror du skjer da, Bjørn? Ja. Ja. Det skal gå, tror jeg.
So normally playing with Kristin, now facing off against, in the blue vest, Magnus. He comes on to bring his mixed doubles expertise. Well, everyone had a good chuckle about that. And I guess we're not too strict here in the MJØSCONTICUP. So, second to last stone on its way. It's hard to make out what the call was in the end. But they are throwing some weight at this. I'm not sure if that worked out too well. Red, lying 3.
Nei, jeg tror ikke, altså de må jo få ut alle de 3 er bedre. Eller tenker du at du klarer å få ut? Er det noe trippel her, da? Ja. Altså, hun har jo ingenting da, hvis jeg tar den. Så hvis jeg har nok av den, så er det vel riktig å ta den. Ja.
I think the call's pretty obvious here. If that yellow is open, just kill it, and the game is over. Game is done in the books. Win for Team Norway. So we're just going to have a look from the hack to see if they see enough of the yellow. If not, you could just lob another redstone in there, and Team Trøndelag would need to make a quadruple takeout for the 2, which would be unlikely, even if the angles were on. Even as it lies, very hard to see how they would play a triple for 2. I think this game is pretty much done for. Could very well be the last stone of play here. Kristin Skaslien. And this shot will land, so no yellows in play. Can't really see any way to score 2 for Team Trøndelag. I think this game's in the books. I will see if we can get a word in with the 2 sides as well. A first time interview situation happening on the stream here, so we will give that a go. We'll see how that works out for this time, and then we have the chance to to improve the situation on the next stream. But the game's over. And it's a win for Team Norway, Skaslien and Lunde.
Ja, det er den mikken som går på, ja.
So see if we get a word in with Kristin Skaslien of Team Norway. Final score is 8 shots to 6. And here's Kristin.
It's always fun to play with new partners, get some new experience. So Magnus and I worked out very well together, I think. So we made it in the end.
And you got Norway a victory. How did that feel?
Well, it means a little bit more when you play for Norway and for a bigger group. So.
And, a bit of trouble with the equipment here, but in the end there was a timeout, and Magnus came off. What went through your head then?
Well, you're not allowed to be here. Was my first thought, but obviously he was allowed. But well, the advice didn't turn out that well, so just stay inside the next time in Nedregotten.
It's not many competitions this season, so how is it to come here and play a competition like this?
Oh, it means a lot to get some competition practice during these times, and yeah, thank you for organizing this in these difficult times. It's great and it's a lot of fun playing.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Well, that was Kristin Skaslien. Pretty happy to get some games in this unusual curling season. And win in the books as well. Playing for Team Norway, of course. Might not have the chance. Well, still remains to be seen if the World Championship will be played this season. Or we're all crossing our fingers for that. And now we'll have a word in with Eirin Mesloe.
You came short in the end, but it was a pretty tight game. What are your feelings now?
It was a tight game through the all. We played our type of game in the start, but at the end we jumped over to their type of game, and that was like the end of the game for us because we didn't play our type of game. So yeah.
How is to play against such experienced player as Kristin?
It's really fun. I like playing against Kristin. She's really good, so it's good practice for us.
This season is kind of special, not many competitions. How is it to come here and play for Trøndelag against the rest of the country?
It's really fun to play for Trøndelag, and it's really fun to play against the rest of the country, and yeah.
How do you see your chances to win the whole thing?
I think both teams have pretty good chances to winning, so I think it's going to be tight, but yeah, it's going to be fun.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. I hope we were able to get something out of that and get some good answers from our players this morning. There'll be more curling on the stream here on the Norwegian Curling Federation's YouTube channel, Curling Norge. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in again for the next draws. Lots of curling to come today and tomorrow here from Hedmarken Curling Club in Stange, MJØSCONTICUP.